Man, that's a pretty cool cover. It actually reminds me a lot of old school horror movies. Like back in the day, my mom would take me to the movie store, and I wasn't old enough to watch those movies, but I used to like going to the horror section and just looking on the back and seeing what type of crazy shit I would see. I was born in the 80s, so obviously I was looking at stuff like Hellraiser, Friday the 13th, and Nightmare on Elm Street, and did anyone else do that, or was I just a creepy kid? Well, I know I was a creepy kid, but I just want to know if any of you were creeps too. What's up, everybody? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're an indie artist looking for an album review and some promo, you can hit up Luke at redmattersite.com. And what I have for you boys and girls today is a quick album review for Ghostface's newest release, 12 Reasons to Die 2. Now, just like the first 12 Reasons to Die, this one tells the tale of love, crime, betrayal, and revenge. So I'm not going to get too deep into that story because I don't want to spoil it for you. And this review is going to focus more on the sound of the music, the features, and other things that are happening here. Now, this album is only a little bit over half an hour in length, and once again, all the production is done by Adrian Young, who brought that same 70s style that is groovy and sometimes a little bit grimy. And if you're wondering about the RZA features that you see in the track listing, you don't get any beats or verses from Bobby Digital. He just acts as the narrator and helps the story along. Fellow Wu-Tang member Raekwon is featured on here though, and I gotta say, he sounds way more at home on this production than he did on all those mainstream attempts on his last album, Fila. And another thing I gotta say is that him and Ghostface still have that undeniable chemistry. It hasn't died a bit, and this is especially heard on the songs Blackout, King of New York, and Return of the Savage. We also get a really great Vince Staples feature on the song Get the Money. And at first, I was wondering how he was going to sound on here, because I didn't know how he would fit in alongside Ghostface and also on Adrian Young's style of production. But he actually fit in perfectly, and this was one of my favorite songs on the whole album. Another standout track to me on this album is Death's Invitation, where Ghostface kicks things off with a great acapella, and then Chino XL, Lyrics Born, and Scarab all join in with some rapid-fire flows and great storytelling bars. As for the beat, it's a little bit dull and there's not too much happening here, but the lyrics are more than enough to hold your attention and keep this song sounding great. For me personally though, I don't see myself coming back to this album too much. It does make for a cool listening experience because of the great storytelling that's happening, but there's not any tracks here that I would bump in my car or really listen to casually while I'm at home. So I give this one a 3 out of 5. I think it's a good album, but I actually like the first 12 Reasons to Die better because I think a lot of those tracks work better as standalones. And not only that, the whole idea was just more fresh. But if you like the first 12 Reasons to Die, I think you should definitely check this one out because it keeps the story going. And it also kind of hints a little bit at there being another sequel, which is pretty cool. So if you love this series that Ghostface has going on, stay tuned for that. Now, whether you like this album or not, you gotta admit that Ghostface is on one hell of a streak with albums, and I really respect his work ethic. At this point though, I'm just looking forward to hearing some of that classic Ghostface. So hopefully that's what we get with Blue and Cream, the Wally era, whenever that drops. But that's just what I thought about 12 Reasons to Die 2. Hit me up in the comments section to let me know what you think about this album, and as usual, do all that other good YouTube and social media stuff, where you like my videos, you share them, you follow me on Twitter, you retweet the videos, and you especially subscribe to my channel. We just hit 4,600, so 5,000 is right around the corner. I want to do something special for that. I'm not sure what it is yet, so if you have an idea, hit me up with that. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time.